So welcome ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's video. We're going to be dissecting or talking about FIFA 21 on next gen. Alright, the upgraded copy is out. If you have a PS4 version that you bought, definitely a disc one, you can get it for free. Just head to the store and download it. So I put out a video the other day yesterday about FIFA 21 and just showing the gameplay. That was it. I didn't talk about it. Because I wanted to do a separate video. I just wanted to get some gameplay out. Now, we are recording straight from the PS5, okay? Straight from the PS5. I feel it's the best way to see the gameplay. So my audio may be slightly off or not as good as normal, but you guys can deal with it for 20 odd minutes or however long the video is. So let's talk about this, right? First of all, the load times. Faster than the PS4? Absolutely. Far superior. In fact, when I loaded up the PS4 version, it took quite a bit of time compared to the PS5. It's to be expected because of the SSD, of course, but it's true. So you're going to get much faster loading. I mean, even going through the menus, it's quicker, it's snappier. Things, look at it. I mean, it doesn't take 4 hours for a menu to show up. It's quick and it's simple and it's fast. It was one of the annoyances I had with FIFA on PS4. I have a regular PS4, by the way, not the PS4 Pro, but the loading was just, it was a little bit annoying. So that's the first thing. The load times are superior all the way. So I'm going to get into the gameplay right now and we're going to talk about it because I still have things to say. I'm actually going to play as West Ham, or actually I'm going to play against West Ham, and I'm going to show you why. I put out a screenshot of this yesterday. I tried it on the PS4 and I didn't see this happening. So it's little things like this that can really change just the aesthetics really of the game. It's not going to affect the gameplay at all. It just looks cool, pretty much. So let's go ahead and do I don't know, let's be Tottenham. There you go. We'll be Spurs. We'll take on West Ham. The kits also load instantaneously. When I would load it on the PS4, it took a little bit of time for the kits to load. So I'm pleased to announce that loading, is a big plus. Is it worth picking up just for that? Probably not, but that's just the point here. I'm going to tell you about what's good and what isn't. So we'll pick 5 minutes. I don't want to make this long. Legendary's fine. I'm going to turn off this competitor mode. There is this new, I don't know if this is new, attributes. The attributes are modified based on the position of the player. Oh, okay, so they've got classic and default. Is that new? I swear it wasn't on the regular PS4 unless they added that as a patch or an update. I'm not quite sure. Let's play in 3 o'clock. Winter, sure, sounds good to me. And then the rest of it is really kind of standard. The only difference is the controller. It's not going to be under here. If you do go to controller settings and you go to the bottom, this is a new feature for the PS5. They have the enhanced user vibration feedback. You can have it off. You can have it classic, full control. But the enhanced one is very, very interesting. This is something that you need to feel for yourself to get an understanding of what this does. The triggers become firmer. The longer the match goes on, they become harder to press. I'm not going to lie, my fingers starting getting a little bit crampy trying to use this. So I don't know if it's going to be something you want to use non-stop, especially online. I mean, you turn that off. But let's just dive into this, all right? I'm not going to worry about who I'm going to play in the lineup. We're just going to show the gameplay. So, we're not going to have any commentary, nothing like that. There is people coming out of the bus and all this. It's random, though. It is random. I've seen matches beforehand where, like I said, players are coming from a bus and they have their little suits on and the jackets and all that. And then there's other matches where it just shows them warming up. So it's pretty much random whether you get that effect happening or not. Bit of a shame, but I guess it is what it is. It's cosmetic at the end of the day. But let's talk about the graphics. Let's talk about the graphics, because graphically this game looks fantastic. I'm not going to lie. Look, I'm a PES fan, and I will admit that this game is very, very attractive to look at. You're not going to get that full effect from watching a video in 4K or not. You've got to see it for yourself in person. But the level of detail when it comes to the faces and the players themselves, the models, everything, it works. It works, and it's what you would expect from a game that's going to next gen. Now, you've also got to remember, this is an upgrade, folks. This is not a brand new game with a brand new physics system or a brand new engine. It isn't. It's running off the same engine, which is the problem with this game. and we'll get into the gameplay in just a second. So the bubbles are all there, and once we get into the gameplay, you guys will see something quite cool. I think it's quite a neat little feature. It doesn't add anything to the gameplay, as I said, but it's all cosmetic, and it just looks lovely. So there's the introduction, there's the players. You've all seen it before on FIFA, on the PS4 and the Xbox, etc. But let's just dive into the gameplay now and get things rolling. And I will pause it and I will show you a real up-close in person. But have a look at those bubbles. So those bubbles stay at the beginning of this match. So if we could look at that, that's pretty cool. As I said, it doesn't add anything to the gameplay. It's just kind of a cool little thing to see a bunch of bubbles flying around, because as you know, it's forever blowing bubbles at West Ham. Alright, so let's quickly show you a replay, then we can just dive right into the gameplay, and I can talk about what I want to talk about a little bit more. So let's get rid of that. So let's dive into some players. The first thing they've added, and we may be able to see this, I don't know if we'll be able to see it if he smashes a long ball, is the ball kind of, as you hit the ball, well, you can't really see it there, but the ball kind of, you'll see a lot more detail right there. You see that where the ball kind of, you'll see the animation. It's very slight, but there's a little bit of movement in it. I think if you strike the ball cleaner, it does look a lot better. All right, now let's look at some players and themselves and just the detail as Fabianski's nodded off. Fabianski, you got to wake up, son. There you go. So, yeah, the faces themselves are wonderful. They really are. Very high detail. And I'm excited for the main purpose of seeing how PES 2022 is going to look. Now, this is all graphics, I know, but I do love some good graphics, and why wouldn't you? So the players look top-notch. There's no doubt the player models look great. You can see the crowd as well. Yeah, graphically, this game is very nice to look at. I don't think we have any complaints about that one. So let's just get into the gameplay. So has the gameplay changed at all from, well, what's happened there? Good play, son. From on the PS4, etc. I mean, not really. I mean, I'm going to say it's the same gameplay, and that's my biggest problem, ultimately, is the fact that it's the same game, because I'm not a fan of FIFA's gameplay. If I was, then guess what? It will be a FIFA channel that I have, and not a PES channel. So, yes, you can have all these fancy graphics and the bubbles at the start of the match, but ultimately, yes, it's the same game. Very fast, very arcadey. Oh, that's a nice bit of play there, Harry Kane flicking it up. So yeah, if you're expecting big changes gameplay-wise, you're not going to get that, but that was never going to be the case. As I said, this is an upgrade. This is not a brand new game with a new engine. We're going to expect more of that, I'm sure, next year. If they don't come out with a new engine next year, then I don't really know what they've been doing, to be honest, because FIFA does need a new engine. It really does. It's getting old. Just like PES. PES needs a new one, and they're going to be coming out with one next year, and interesting to see what EA are going to do. I do like the camera angle. So this is the new camera angle. I'm going to pause it as well, just to show you guys what this is called. If we go to game settings, it's called the EA Sports Game Cam. So this is something slightly, new and fresh. You can customize it, so you can change the height as normal and also the zoom. But I don't feel like you really need to. I think this looks good enough. I actually quite like this camera angle. I've always had a little bit of a problem with FIFA's camera angles. Not a fan of the tele broadcast because, I don't know, I just think this one looks a lot better. So credit to EA for actually putting in a decent camera angle now. I could certainly play on this one a lot more than the other one. Saying that, giving the ball away as per usual. Now, probably the biggest enhancement is the controller. That's what you're really going to be feeling whilst you're playing these matches. It's something you need to feel yourself. I can sit here and I can tell you all about it and what happens, but unless you have the controller in your hand and you feel the vibrations and the pretty much the resistance on the triggers, it's so weird. It's cool though, I'm not gonna lie, it's cool. It's a really nice little thing they've added. And as the match draws on and players get tired, it becomes harder to press R2. And as I said before the match, my fingers started to cramp up a little bit because I was having to push it down a little bit more, and yeah, maybe it's just something you've got to get adjusted to. Also, when you are playing against a player and you're shielding the ball, there'll be a little bit of resistance as well. So, yeah, they've done a good job with the controller. They really have. I mean, I love the PS5 controller. I think it's a fantastic new concept that they've added with what they've done with it, with this DualSense technology. Just adds a little bit more immersion. You know, that's what it adds. So yeah, my biggest problem is with FIFA has always been the gameplay, and as much as this game now looks fantastic, it still plays the same way. It's just the AI with the way they play. You can't get the ball off them half the time because of, you know, we're playing on Legendary here, and it's like you jostle and just the way the AI just play too fast and arcadey. Look, I'm not an arcade guy, folks. I'm not. And my biggest concern, I mean, look at this, right? This is what I'm talking about. And this isn't going to be slagging off FIFA. I don't mean to make the video to slag off FIFA. I'm trying to showcase, you know, the game here. This is a problem. Look at this, right? Actually, we need to get to the Tottenham player. Come on, went all the way round the wrong way. But this is what I mean with the AI just being dumb and not helping you out, you know, in a football game. This guy right here, Lucas, okay? Just watch him. Okay, I'm not controlling him. I'm controlling the other guy. And look at him. He's just standing here. He's not doing anything. I mean, this is common sense, people. The programming, I don't know what it is. But why do I have to control him to make him move? He hasn't moved. He's just standing there. I don't get it. I don't get it. And it's annoyances like that makes me get frustrated with playing with FIFA. It's almost got to the point now that they have so much going on in the game, and can't do anything there, whatever. There's so much going on in the game. Is he offside? Yeah, he's offside. That the programming just sort of goes tits up every now and then. How offside was he? Was he offside? Ooh, it's a VAR one, but I think he is marginally off. So yeah, unfortunately the gameplay's not going to change, and I'm going to talk about next gen now. I'm going to talk about why I don't even think a new engine for EA is going... I'm a little bit worried about the new engine if they come out with one next year, whenever they come out with one. Because I can't see FIFA being any less arcadey than it is now. Because they've been using the same engine for a long, long time. Ooh, unlucky. And FIFA's always had this skatey type feel about it. And unless EA are going to bring in a whole new team, a whole new development team, I can't see it happening, folks. I really can't. You let me know if you think it's going to change. Go on, Lucas, you're in. Hit it, son. Oh, unlucky. Probably should have squared it. But you let me know. Do you really think when the new engine comes out for FIFA that it's going to be revolutionary or, you know, a more realistic approach? I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to do that. And if you like arcade football, then FIFA's definitely the game for you. Yes, you can play a little bit of simulation by changing the sliders. I totally understand that. And my controller is going crazy right now because basically this is what happens. Every time you pass the ball, you just get this little vibration in the controller. As I said, I like it. I think it's a neat little feature. And I look forward to seeing what the likes of Konami can do with it. All right, let's get a goal here. Go on, into Bellet. Go on, Harry Kane. No, block after block. But yeah, I don't know. Like as I said, is it going to really change with the whole new engine? I don't think so, people. Oh, she's a tasty little piece. But I just don't think it's going to happen. You know, I think they're going to use the same kind of engine they have now and refine it. But unless they bring in a new team, a new development team, where you don't get these skatey type physics with the players on the ball, that's the problem. Players on the ball movement is the issue with FIFA. It's not necessarily the ball physics. I think the ball physics, they have some nice ones. All the bubbles are back. The bubbles are back. They've been blowing the old bubble bath at half-time. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll wait and see. It's a nice upgrade. I will say it's a nice upgrade, but it's more than anything a graphical one with some nice presentation. FIFA has some sublime presentation. It really does. There's no doubt that before a match and all that, stats coming into play, replays shown throughout the match. It looks fantastic. You know, it's such a shame that Konami have no idea how to do that and embarrass themselves after time with the presentation that we've had to put up with. I mean, look at this defending by West Ham. It's woeful. Play on Legendary, close him down, son. Anyway, there we go. There's your first goal. Son is the goal scorer. And we take the lead against West Ham. So yeah, the vibration right now is kicking off on the controller. Going left, right and centre. But yeah, the AI should just be closing me down there. Couldn't be asked. Couldn't be bothered with it. And Bosch. Bob's your uncle. Look at that. Lovely. I mean, as I said, the physics look great. Like, the ball physics are fine. But it's when the players get the ball and they're skatey and they're all over the place. And AI not really shutting you down, or AI not using their brains to make runs. That's the problem. And when they all start adding up, that's why people get annoyed with it. Anyway, we have the opening goal. The bubbles have stopped flying around. And, yeah, we'll just continue to keep playing. So let me know your thoughts, of course, as well, if you have played FIFA on the PS5. I mean, would I go back to playing FIFA on the PS4 now? Absolutely not. No way. Load times are superior. The game looks better. It probably does run better as well. I'm not going to lie. Ooh, that's some good bit of play there. Talking about defending, I can't defend myself. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't go back to the PlayStation 4. Yeah, this is an upgrade, there's no doubt. You know, they called it an upgrade. Yes, it is definitely an upgrade. And we're going to have a bit of a substitution as Antonio. There is Mr. Moisey. Haller comes on. Antonio is off. I actually had a really cool clip that I was going to put out, but unfortunately the PS5 decided to record my mic coming out of my controller because I didn't mute it, forgot about it, and also recorded my soundbar, so I had double audio, so it sounded atrocious. But when you first boot up FIFA 21 on the PS5, there's this little story kind of at the beginning with a mascot and a little girl, and she's holding Alexander-Arnold's hand, and then it goes into the match. Really is quite nice, and it showcases the power of the PS5. So if you get a chance to have a look at that, definitely check it out. I mean, it was kind of pointless showing the gameplay because I think the difficulty was fairly easy, so the goals were flying in, but it was a nice little thing to watch. What on earth is that? Sissoko! Pathetic, son. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Alright, Sissoko lays it inside to Ndombele. Feed that up the line. Højbjerg feeds it across. There's an effort and a woeful finish by Mr. Harry Kane. Bosch. It's just one of those things as well. Like, it's, if you look at PES and you look at FIFA, it's almost like PES needs to copy EA's presentation and all that. Graphics, not graphics necessarily. I think it's quite a good looking game, PES. But the presentation, all that stuff, showing the replays, that's what PES has to focus on. Game modes as well. There's not enough good game modes. But then FIFA has all that, but the one aspect that FIFA lacks, which is extremely key because you spend, you know, 80% of the time doing it, is on the field. And I really hope that they do come out with an engine that sorts this out, but I don't think they will, and I think we are still going to see sort of the same. There's a goal. Yeah, ridiculous how he generated that much power on it. Good lord. But yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. I haven't got much hope for a next engine for FIFA, being a PES fan myself, and that's not just me being harsh. It's just me looking at all the previous FIFA games. You know, when FIFA 08 came out, I remember I played FIFA 08. I enjoyed it more than PES 2008 because PES 2008 was ridiculous. I mean, it was rubbish. It was not a good game, and I sold it after 2 weeks. I think he's got a little bit too much power on that. I mean, good lord, he's smashed it in. But that's just my opinions. My opinions are my opinions. You guys will know I'm a PES fan. Oh, the bubbles are back again. I think that looks cool. It's cosmetic. Keep saying it, but it looks decent. All right, so let's just try and play now for the remaining 20 minutes. This is just going to be a short match. I didn't want to show too much of the game because it is ultimately the same gameplay. And I've stated that about 65 times, but there you go. Oh, what a ball that is. He's onside. It is Son. Go on, Son. How's he managed to get there? Ooh, nearly fell through. So let's talk about the biggest differences, right? Straight off the bat. Load times, firstly, number one. Far quicker on the PS5. Straight into the match. There's no training. You literally hit play game and you are straight in there. Non-stop. No questions asked. Ooh, unlucky. Second of all, graphically, yes, there is a decent amount of a difference when it comes to the graphics. The players look better. You'll see the beards look unbelievable. Can we find I want to find a player with a beard. Who has a beard in this match? Because that's the big difference, is I think with the players. Right, well, he doesn't have a beard, does he? And there's a little bit of a beard there. So, I mean, you can see the sweat on the face. It looks nuts. Maybe if we find a lighter beard. No beard, no beard. No one wants a beard in Tottenham? Tottenham's got no beards. I've picked a team with absolutely no one with a beard. Dyer, sort of a little bit of a bum fluff beard. Nothing too exceptional there. Alderweireld, the same. Blimey, we don't really have anyone with a beard, do we? I mean, Hugo Lloris has one. Main one was sort of Neymar, but I think Neymar has had like a proper bit of treatment. Certain players will probably have better scanning than others. I mean, West Ham, but you wouldn't expect too many exceptional players to have too many. I don't think we have any beards. Anyway, someone like Neymar, check out my Twitter if you'd like. There's some good pictures of Neymar, but those look great. So yeah, graphics are plus, load times are plus. You know, you saw the bubbles at the beginning. That sort of goes into the graphics, I guess. So you'll see extra enhanced features that you won't get on the PS4 or, you know, the old Xbox. Also, the controller. That's going to be something that you won't get on an Xbox Series X. That is primarily only PlayStation 5 goodness. Oh, here was some shots. Hit that first time. Oh, come on, Harry. Put your big purse through it. So yeah, those are pretty much the main things. Yeah, maybe the gameplay's a little smoother on a whole. But yeah, those are pretty much the big three, I would say. That's going to make it, you decide whether you really want to, you know, upgrade to the PS5. Is it worth buying a PS5 for FIFA 21? No, absolutely not. I mean, let's not get carried away here. There's Harry Kane. Oh, getting closer. Ooh, risky. But yeah, don't be ridiculous. You're not buying a PS5 for FIFA here. Don't get carried away. But it is an upgrade. It is an upgrade. And is it going to make me play the game anymore? I mean, I might play a little bit every night because, as I said, I do like the way it looks. I like this camera angle. Oh yeah, camera angle as well. So there's another one. Sorry, camera angle has also been sort of revamped. And I like it. I think this works. Alright, can we do something here? Harry Kane, feed it across. Surely we're going to steal the winner. Oh, we're not going to steal the winner because the West Ham boys weren't having any of it. Declan Rice now does find Musaku. But yeah, see, right now the controller is a lot harder to press. And trying to, like, jockey is hard work because you're having to give it a good old squeeze. And that's always good fun. So there we have it. It has finished 1-1. I think we're just going to dive into some penalties here. Well, let's finish off with some penalties for some fun. But yeah, what a piece. Didn't quite win, did we? But it's hard to talk and play at the same time. And if you saw the way I was sitting, you probably laugh. All right, so let's go to... we've got penalties, ABBA penalties. ABBA penalties? What on earth is that? I'm going to try that. I don't know what is that. Maybe I'm an idiot. All right. Well, let's see what we can do. Will we save the first one? I did a penalty shootout yesterday, and the goalkeeper, by the way, read every single shot I had. And that's a terrible penalty. So, yeah, legendary, I think, after... Oh, okay. This is some weird stuff here. Well, thank you. Oh, I guess it goes back and forth the other way. All right, well... Come on, Lloris. Go the right way, son. No, it's an interesting technique. Oh, Hugo. All right, we're going to go for the dink here. You absolute plonker, Luke. I didn't put that much power on it. Good Lord. Bosh. All right, still two apiece. Which way are you going, son? Which way are you going? Oh, unlucky. I mean, the penalties on FIFA are way better than PES. PES is... Don't even want to know. You guys don't even want to know. That's one thing I will say that needs to be completely redone is the penalties. So I should have just stood there. All right, well, we lost penalties. I don't know why I did ABBA. I thought I'd just try it out. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is all for today. They are celebrating like they've won the World Cup, but there you go. You let me know your thoughts below. There's my honest impressions of FIFA 21 on the PlayStation 5. It looks fantastic. It plays the same though, but you're looking at the graphics, the load times, the enhanced vibration and features of the controller. Ultimately, the big differences. And there we go. So we shall return shortly. We'll get our Master League continuing probably next week, so stay tuned for Season 2. That should be good fun. But until next time, subscribe for more and take care.